The highlight for me for day 2 was the announcement of a collaboration between Strike, a US company, and Bitnob here in Africa to make sure that people can be able to send money from the US using the Strike app to the countries where Bitnob already has a presence, and straight to mobile money or a bank account, and then for free. One of the most mind-boggling things about this, but I'll put the video just after this. One of the biggest things for me is whenever money is sent from the US or from Europe or from wherever, and it's coming to Africa, the amount of foreign exchange that is eaten by intermediaries is just too large. And now what Strike have done is they have eliminated all those intermediaries, and now what they're making sure is the money gets to your mobile money, the money gets into your bank account, and at a rate that banks cannot even match, and instantly. That for me was mind blown at that particular invention, and the fact that it actually happened. The announcement was made on that day. You can actually be able to do it. And even now, with the Bitnob app, I can be able to send someone else straight to their MPESA money to their account without having to remove dollars from my account and then send via MPESA. And then it's even cheaper. So what I'm actually doing, for those people who are in Kenya, what I'm actually doing, I'm taking my Kenya shillings, putting on the Bitnob app, and then I can be able to send to people. That's really interesting. So this is a speech that was done by Jack Mallers just to launch the fact that you can be able to use Strike in the US to do remittances back to Kenya.
The concept of Bitcoin as a network, I got to be able to pay someone's lightning invoice, right? Like I have to be able to send, I can take the customer's dollars and I can send a Bitcoin payment, but send a Bitcoin payment to who? The TransferWise network has one participant, it's TransferWise, right? The SWIFT network has limited participants at central banks. Bernard and Bitnob is the whole reason we're able to settle value in other currencies and in other continents because they're on Lightning too. So it's a network. Open networks win. And I told him, I was like, how do you want to do the announcement for this conference? He said, you got to do it. I said, I'm not doing it without you getting up here with me, man. It doesn't feel right. So I don't know if you want anything to say, but it's an open network, and it's inspiring to be able to connect with people all over the world over an open protocol and build innovative products that a central bank has no chance to build what we just built. We did it in a month, and we're probably doing it.
This eliminates the concept of correspondent banking, right? And again, this saves us a lot of money. It means that right now, somebody can send money from the US to Nigeria and actually settles, and they don't have to actually touch Bitcoin themselves. So if anyone tells me, oh, it's volatile, it's this and that, that's in the past, right? Businesses in Africa can't send their monies out and it's stopping them from coming to do business in Africa, then it's bad for us. But if they can come do business and they have the assurance that there's a payment wheel that actually sends the money back to places like the US, then it improves commerce and trade for us. And for us at Bitnob, that's something which we're really trying to keep on solving. Great to work with you.
If you're in the United States and you need to get money to Africa, you can use Strike. You'll get there in 1 minute. It'll get there it's cheaper, faster than anything you've ever seen. There's actually no other American company that can get money into Nigeria, so we're proud to be the only one right now. And if you're a business, call Bernard, call me. If you have money stuck in this continent, if you need more efficient ways, if you don't want to pay 40%, I'll tell you what, to the chipper catchers in the world, I don't charge 40%. I can charge a lot cheaper than that. So,
one interesting thing about the way Jack Mallers was speaking, and by the way, I got to take a photo with him, which I was so happy. But I'll tell you about all the people that I was able to take a selfie with later. But one of the things that was really interesting with the way Jack Mallers was doing his speech that you've just watched was he has normalized this impossible things in our mind that he's actually doing. And he's like, yeah, so we've decided that we are doing this, and then we are doing this, and then we are doing this. And the rest of us are just sitting there like, what have you done? That's the actual expression that we had. So just listening to him, this is a revolutionary thing that is happening. It's going to open up the market even more. And then after that, we also had different speeches that were done and talks. There was one by Ray Yusuf of Paxful, the CEO of Paxful. And then just after this announcement, that particular, I think the next week after this, Paxful decided that they were going to remove Ethereum from the platform, which for me, like big things happened because of this particular conference. There were different speeches by different people. This was a really good, like, I wish I had recorded more, but for me, the experience of just being with other Bitcoiners and Bitcoiners in Africa especially, for me was the best present I got in 2022.